Hi there, I'm Ray Jean, and this is my dog Riley. I'd ask how you're doing, but I know everybody's having it rough right now. Price of everything's gone crazy, but that's not really what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about, I guess a new beginning. I recently went through a breakup, and it was about 3.5 months now, but he kept calling, so he's stayed in my life for a long time. And I could have moved on and started dating others here soon, because I've kind of been lonely for a while, even in the relationship, because it wasn't a real good one. I loved him, he loved me. We just definitely had problems, but everybody does. But I think I made a mistake getting with him, because I was supposed to start doing a little YouTube thing for God, and I never did. Instead, I fell in love and got into a relationship, and I put this on hold. Yeah, 4 years ago. I've decided now that I'm going to devote the next 3 years of my life, and on here in any way I can, to God. I've been laid up a long time due to a bad car accident and a bad brain aneurysm rupture and series of surgeries. But I'm starting to feel a little better, and I think that it would be good for me to do something positive for my life and for others' lives, hopefully your life. But I'm here to tell you, yeah, we go through breakups, we do, and they suck, and they hurt, and we cry, or we smile and we laugh because we're happy again. Sometimes it takes a while to smile and laugh again. I'm telling you, it's taken me 3.5 months. That's how it goes, I guess. Some people it takes longer. In my younger days, I'd bounce back to being me much quicker, but this time I just didn't. I was hurt pretty bad. Once again, I put my faith and my trust and my hope and my love and my life in the man's hand instead of in God's hand. And I don't know, I've really been through it, and I know a lot of you have too. I didn't know if anybody had comments or advice to give to me or others that might be in the comments. But, if you have a way that helped you to get over a breakup, that was bad for you. The breakup wasn't bad. No, the relationship was bad a long time, and I tried to let it go, but I kept getting talked back into it because he loved me. He loves me still. But we've decided to keep it as friends. I don't know how I'm gonna do everything I need to do in life without him, because I have been disabled and really have needed him. But I kept telling him, and I didn't like the way that I was being treated, that I wasn't trying to hold on to him because I was scared of being alone. I wasn't scared of falling on my face, because every time I've ever fallen on my face, and I have, God's been there to pick me up. Like, I'm in the mud, sinking deep, and he just picks me up, and washes me off, and sets me on my way. I've made it through really hard times. My son was shot and killed on my birthday in 2010. He was on drugs, but it wasn't the drugs that killed him. He was hanging out with the wrong people. And I had just recently told him, just because you're hanging out with the right people, or excuse me, you're hanging out with people you know, doesn't mean you know their friends. And just because you know your friends wouldn't hurt you doesn't mean their friends wouldn't hurt you. That's what happened. One of their friends got my son. It was on my birthday, early in the morning, and I woke up. I woke up 10 minutes after they called him dead in the ambulance, where they couldn't revive him. I don't think you're supposed to use that word in here. I don't really know how to edit. I hope I don't get in trouble for that one, but it was very heartbreaking. And yeah, the drugs didn't quite get him. It was the people. The guy had a roommate, and my son was staying with him. That roommate came home that night and got into it with my son's friend over some drug deal with somebody or something. Somebody getting turned into the cops. And then my son was killed because he stood up and said to his friend's roommate, "Dude, I don't want to have to fight you." And he put his hands in the air when he said it, but his friend was his friend since high school, and my son was now 26 years old. And my son wasn't scared of people. He was, as a young kid, brought up learning Taekwondo. But he was always defending people, and his friend was disabled on one half of his body. My son jumped up, and as he jumped up, the guy that was attacking my son's friend, his name's not important, he shot my son, and he killed him 3 days before Christmas in 2010. As soon as I woke up, my first thought was my son. I thought, I need to give him a call today. And then my next thought was, nah, he better be calling me, it's my birthday. But at least I heard from his girlfriend at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was saying he was gonna call me as soon as he thought I was awake. Anyway, that spiraled a wrong direction for me. I left town trying to find help, hope, I don't know, running away from my life because I couldn't handle it anymore. The husband that I had was abusive, mostly verbally, but physically also. But so I left that calamity and went to an old love life from my teens, and that didn't turn out right either. That was supposed to be strictly platonic. You can have the top half of my house. That's not how it turned out. I eventually married him, and it wasn't a good marriage. It was a very short marriage because at the time I'd just had a brain aneurysm surgery due to my son's death. So I deal with that too. Memory problems from had two, one in the front of my head and one in the back. So one deals with stuff going on now and one deals with stuff in the past. So just starting to get some memories back. It's been a tough life. It's been a really tough life. But I've decided, and it's not like I've never been saved before. I've been saved, I've been baptized. I studied religion. Like I never got to college to do it, so I just went to different religions and learned their ways and did that for many years. I still kind of do that today. But 8 years ago, I got my minister's license. And then I met a man. And that's the way the devil works. And after that, I got really deathly ill. I tried to move in with him, and like that night we ordered a pizza, and I got really deathly ill. And I felt like I was maybe being punished. I don't know. Maybe it was just God's way of saying it was a wrong move. Maybe it's just because somebody didn't wash their hands before they made my pizza. Because it was neurovirus. Anyway, fun life, huh? We've all got our stories, that's for sure. But I wanted to be able to do this for myself and for anybody else that was interested. Anybody that wanted to follow me on my journey of getting back to God and putting Him first in my life. You know, I've decided to devote 3 years to God with no man in my life. I think I'm in love with being in love or falling in love. I think I'm in love with falling in love because, I don't know, it doesn't always turn out the way you want it to. If you got a great love, good for you. I'm happy for you. If you're going through a breakup like I am, big hugs to you. I'm so sorry for your pain. Those that are rejoicing, good for you. There were times I went through a breakup and with the same person and just rejoiced. Like, I did it. I finally did it. I did it. I can't believe I did it. And then got sucked right back in. So, this time, it's been 3.5 months. The longest we were ever broke up was like 3 months. Here is definitely not the right spot. Anyway, my name's Regine. It's nice to meet you. That's my dog, Riley. He was over here, now he's sitting at my feet. Yeah, I could sit at a desk somewhere and look all professional, but I figured this is more relaxed for me and for you. This is me. This is my home. This is how I live. Bad back from a bad car accident. So it's good for me to lean back. But I really hope you'll come back and see me sometime. I really want to talk about my journey each day and let you know where I go, how I do. I cuss, but not bad, just here and there. But I gotta quit. I want to stop that completely. I got my minister's license 8 years ago because I felt the calling. And I told God I wasn't worthy. But in my heart and in my head, I said, I basically heard nobody is. And if I wait until I become worthy, it won't be in this lifetime. So, as the sinner I am, the cigarette smoker I am, the person that knows how to say some bad words on occasion, but usually it's really a bad occasion. I don't just carry on, and I don't just cuss. In my younger days, okay, I went through it. That was my cats running by, just trying to chase each other. I just thought, I have some scriptures in this book that I wrote a long time ago, some of my favorite scriptures, and I thought, let's flip through here for just a minute and see if anything short and simple jumps out. Here we go. Offer to God a sacrifice of praise. Our praises are the fruit of the lips that confess His name. I don't have my glasses on. And don't forget to do good and to share with others. For with such a sacrifice, God is pleased. When tempted, no one should say God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He tempt anyone. That's my cat, sorry. After desire, what? After a desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin. when it's full grown, it gives birth to death. I put a lot of favorite scriptures in here. I figure each time I have one of these shows, I'll do one little scripture there. Here's John 15:17. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish and it shall be done. Just as the Father loved me, these are Jesus' words. Just as the Father loved me. No, I don't know, this is John. So just as the Father loved me, I have also loved you. Abide in me. Abide in my love. I have also loved you. Abide in my love. Sorry. I'm not a great reader either. Another reason I don't know why I'm being called to this, but I know this. Jonah and the whale. That story happened because Jonah didn't do what God asked him to do. And a long time ago, like when I was a little girl, I said I wanted to grow up and be a missionary, and instead I grew up and became a young parent. Parent of 3, then 4. And then I was like, God, I can't do it. Not right now, but when my kids grow up, I'll do it then. And then my kids grew up. And then I got married and my life went into a man. And then the death of my son, and then bad car accidents. And I put off doing what God wanted me to do, and I think it's time. I feel that it's my time. Whether anybody thinks that I'm good or bad for doing this, I'm just doing it because I feel God wanted me to. I was heading to bed one night, and I heard in my head, it's time. Like, time? It's time, but it's time for what? I heard, it's time. You said you wanted to be a missionary for me when you were a child. Then you said you'd be a missionary for me when your kids grew up. You said your kids are grown up and you're starting to feel better, because you knew I couldn't do anything, because I couldn't do anything but lay flat for 17 years. I'm like, well, how do I do that? I don't have any money to travel. YouTube. I don't have any way to get a minister's license. He said, YouTube. What? But I don't have money for a church. I don't have no way to preach in a church. I heard YouTube. Now, whether this is God himself or my mind just hearing itself, I took it as a sign, and I went to YouTube and I found out I could get my minister's license. So I got my minister's license. Universal Life Church. I'm a minister for 8 years. I just had my eighth year anniversary. And guess what? Yep, that's my cigarettes, because I'm a sinner. Don't think I'm perfect. I'm not on here because I'm perfect. I'm a saved sinner. Jesus didn't come here for those that are perfect. He came here to save the sinners. Those that are saved don't need to be saved, right? But I need to be saved. I admit it. I've made some big mistakes in my life. Most of it had to do with relying on men instead of God. And a lot of times I was relying on God, and the men were there helping, and I took that as God's help. And I say the men. I've been married a few times, and I've had boyfriends in my lifetime. I've made a mess out of my life. I was married at 16. My first baby at 17. Married an alcoholic. An abusive one. Abusive to me. And when he started being abusive to my kids, I left. And I relied on God. And there were so many people through my life that came along and helped me, and I know they must have been sent from God himself. It's not relying on men that makes a difference. It's relying on God. Even if you're with a man, it's relying on God. If you put all your faith in your man instead of God, God will give you a reason to need faith in him. Because he wants you to come home to him. He don't want you relying on anybody here. A man, a woman. He wants you relying on him. And I've learned that. I found that out a long time ago. But I still fell in the trap of love. But if you've gone through a breakup ever in your life, you know this smile is for you. I haven't been doing much of it till a couple of days ago when I was talking to God and praying, and I just feel that this is exactly what he wants me to do. So I told him I would devote 3 years to this. So you're going to see me grow as a Christian. Because, yeah, I kind of left that life a long, long time ago. I'm not into religion. Religion is steering many people the wrong direction, but I'm into doing my own research, reading my own Bible. Even the first Bible, which was tampered with, was apparently 7,000 years old, and it's the Old Testament, and it was in Ethiopia. And that book's about 4 inches thick itself. That's not including the New Testament. But so much has been taken out of it that I want to do my own homework. I'm tired of a church telling me what the Bible says. I read the Bible a long time ago. Many times, I guess, in my lifetime. A few times, anyway. But I decided to watch on TV. And it took me about 3 months to watch the Ethiopian books of the Bible, which is the same thing we know, but other books that were taken out by King James when he decided to play around with that and take out what he wanted and keep in what he wanted. And unfortunately, our Bible as we know it now has been tampered with. So I wanted to do my research, and like I've done for years, studying religion, I'm just here to say, do your own research. Get close to God. Learn who he is. The church is great if you can find a good one. But I heard in my head, because I kept telling God, I can't find a church I like. I can't find a church where I feel your spirit. And he told me, if you can't be a church, be the church. No, sorry. He told me, if you can't find a church, be the church. So this is the beginning of that church, and I hope you'll join along with me. I'll try to post them for Sundays, but some might pop up during the week. I hope I can follow through with each Sunday, but I do have bad health. But I will do everything I can to get on here because I know it's God's will, not my will. And I hope you guys realize that in your life too. I just finally realized the other day, I'm not here for me. I'm not here for my heart, for my brain. I didn't come here for that. I know I didn't. I came into this world. I know I did. I'll explain that in another video. I came in this world to help people. That's what I came here to do. And I got lost in that. And I got lost in love. My version of love. And the real thing of love, I guess I was a little confused about. My mom, my stepdad had an awesome marriage. My mom and my real dad, not so much. My stepdad was awesome. My mom and him are a beautiful couple still today in their 80s. I just never found that. And it's hard to find in this lifetime between drugs and alcohol, lies, the internet, cheating. But maybe we can together on this journey find God and find a whole different kind of love and a whole different kind of happiness. I hope you'll join me again sometime soon. Come see me, please. I don't know that I'm worth sharing yet, but if you know somebody that can use it, you're welcome to share it. But if not, I still hope you'll maybe save me, hit the bell, whatever it is, thumbs up, and help my new channel. Hopefully it'll grow in time and understand I don't edit my videos. I am what I am. It is what it is. I'm not here to be anything but myself. And that's all you should be too. God bless you. Until next time, have a good life and be good to others.